Good evening, Titans. This is Mr. Sturts. This video is going to be over the second part of section 6.1, which deals with 5 properties of exponents. Our core concepts, these are all written down in your student journal, so you shouldn't need to write anything. But the first one is product of powers. We know that the word product deals with multiplication. And now the big thing with these 3 properties is the base number does not change. So if you remember, we have a base, and we have, let's say, 3. We have, this is our exponent. Okay, now the base number does not change. So on product of powers, when you have 4 to the 6th power times 4 to the 3rd power, we really have 4 to the 6th plus 3, which is 4 to the 9th power. Okay, the base numbers don't change. With quotient, quotient means division. When we divide 2 powers with the same base, the base stays the same, we're just going to subtract this time. 6 minus 3, so our answer here is 4 to the 3rd power. Now our power of a power is when we have a number, basically another exponent outside of a parenthesis. So when this happens, we multiply together. So the base stays the same. We have 4, now 6 times 3, which is 4 to the 18th power. Okay, let's do a couple of... This first one deals with the product property here, the product of powers. We have 3 squared times 3 to the 6th. Again, base stays the same. With product, we multiply, so we're really going to add the exponents. So we have 3 to the 2 plus 6 power, which gives us 3 to the 8th power, which if you type that in your calculator, you're going to end up getting 6,561. Okay, now B, we have division. There's actually supposed to be a negative here, -4. Division, same base, okay, and we're going to subtract our exponents this time. So what we have is -4, 2 minus 7 is -5. Okay, if we rewrite that using our negative exponent property here, we're going to put that in the denominator. So what we really have is 1 over -4, changes it to positive, which is equal to 1 over -4 to the 5th power. That's going to be -1024. Okay, so the whole thing's -1024. Okay, and let's solve C over here. It's getting a little messy. This is what we called our power of a power property. Okay, there's another exponent outside, so we really have, we're going to multiply our exponents. 4 times -3, we have z to the -12th power. Now we have a negative exponent, so we're going to use our property. We're going to put it down in the denominator. 1 over z to the 12th power. Okay, and that's using our quotient of powers, our product of powers, and our power of power properties. Okay, pick a couple of these out. Try a few. We'll go over them in class. We'll go over the answers, but see if you can complete a couple of these problems. If you get stuck, go to the slide before. See what you can do here. We'll move on to our last 2 properties. We have power of a product and we have power of a quotient. Again, the product is multiplication. The quotient is division. Now, really what we're going to do is if we have 2 numbers inside a parenthesis, being multiplied or divided, really what we need to do is distribute that exponent to the numbers. Okay, so in this first example here, we're going to distribute that 5th exponent to both the numbers. So we're going to have 3 to the 5th times 2 to the 5th. And then we're going to multiply them out, do the math, and we'll get an answer. Okay, same thing with quotient. Distribute it to top and bottom, and then do the math. Okay, so a couple more examples here. Again, we have 2 numbers being multiplied together in the middle there. So this is our power of a product property. So what we have is we have -1.5, and we're going to distribute that squared times y squared. Okay, now if we do the math, -1.5 squared is going to give us 2.25 times y squared. Okay, and our answer, we can leave it just like that. 2.25 times y squared. B, this is actually to the 3rd power. It's kind of hard to see there. Now we're going to distribute it to top and bottom. So we have on top, we have a cubed, or to the 3rd power. And on bottom, we have -10 to the 3rd power. Okay, again, do the math. We're not quite done. If we do the math, that a to the 3rd, we can't do anything to that. That's going to stay the same. Over -10 to the 3rd power is going to give us a -1,000. -10 times -10 times -10 is a negative 1,000. Okay, and our answer we can leave just like that. All right, last example here. Ooh, now we have multiplication up top, so we're going to use power of a product property up top. And we also have division in there. Okay, so what we need to do up top is distribute that fourth power to the 3 and to our variable d, and also to the denominator. So this is what we have here. Now, 3 to the 4th power, if we do the math there, we get 81. D to the 4th, we're going to leave the same. And that's all going to be divided by 2 to the 4th power, which ends up being 16. Okay, the 81 and 16, we can't simplify that at all. So we're going to leave it just how it is. And here's our answer. Go to this last slide here. Try these 3 problems. Okay, and the first one, it's obviously going to be the power of a product property because we have multiplication. Number 12 is our quotient, so distribute it to both. And 13, we have a little bit of both of them mixed in there. Okay, we also have a product out here too, so we have 5 times 2 in that denominator, so be careful on 13. Okay, that one you're going to have to use the power of a power property. Alright, so try those couple problems, bring that knowledge to class tomorrow, and we will continue to work with it. Have a great rest of your night, and thank you for watching.